I visited the IHO for the first time in 1972, but I knew nothing about hydrography at the time. My first IHO meeting was with the North Sea Hydrographic Commission in 1980, but I really was actively involved in the IHO from 1994 until almost now. First as the head of international relations at the French Hydrographic Office, on point of contact for the IHO, and then as the French hydrographer, so the national representative to the IHO. I was also at the time successively the chair of the IHO Strategic Plan Working Group, then the chair of the Inter-Regional Coordinating Committee, and I was also chair of a number of regional hydrographic commissions in the Eastern Atlantic, Mediterranean and Black Seas, and the Southwest Pacific. I think the most notable achievement, if I have to rank one first, is the introduction in the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea of obligations related to hydrographic services, because it's the first time, and it entered into force in 2002, that coastal states have a clear indication of what are their obligations in relation to providing hydrographic information on nautical chart and hydrographic support for the safety of navigation. The second achievement, I would say, is of course the big success of IHO in developing and implementing electronic chart systems that include the adoption of the development and adoption of standards, S57, the Digital Transfer Standard, which first edition in 1992. The WEN principles would define how the IHO, through the member states, would provide to the end users a worldwide collection of electronic navigational chart, and then all the way to the current development of e-navigation with the adoption of a new generation of standards. We call it S100, on which we have worked particularly during the previous mandate, it's still ongoing during your mandate, to provide the basis for standardizing e-navigation services. On the internal side, that mean in relation with the functioning of the organization, I think we have moved from what was initially a gentleman's club, so-called hydrographers club, to a goal-based organization. There is still progress to be made, but with the adoption of the first strategic plan back in 2000, with the amendments to the convention, which provide for a more efficient functioning of the organization, on the revision of the strategic plan, with a new edition adopted in 2009, which introduced performance indicators, we are striving to make this organization an efficient organization with procedures to prove that efficiency. And of course, finally, I would mention the enhancements of capacity building activity, which is of course very important to meet future challenges. Well, I think the focus has to be on the challenge, I would say, humanity faces, which is to turn this world into a sustainable planet for the long term, for the next generations. And the IHO must play its role in making sure that we provide a sustainable planet to the next generation. That includes addressing the lack of knowledge, because the policies that needs to be implemented to face the challenges has to be based on facts, has to be based on science. And hydrography, the knowledge of the depths of the ocean, is one of the basic science on which we need to work, because much of the seas and oceans are still unsurveyed. Many coastal states do not have enough capabilities to provide the adequate hydrographic services that are required, not only to support safety of navigation, but also to ensure the protection of the environment and the sustainable use of the ocean. In that respect, the organization needs also to continue to improve its efficiency, make sure that it's goal-based, it's result-based, and that it can prove that it's helped the community in many ways.